Hey guys, it's Zach, and today we are jumping back in with our Alakazam Psy-Spam team with the Trick Room option. So, yesterday we started with the team, and we did pretty well, but most of the focus stays on Rillaboom, rather than actually using the Psy-Spam. The Expanding Force Span is really just a good lead when it's capable of just narrowing down and breaking down the opponent. So that's kind of how I use it. It's never like a set game plan of I'm going to lead these two Pokemon and win. So here we have Venusaur, Gyarados, Snorlax, Turtonator, Duraludon, and Incineroar. So here I think I can lead the Alakazam and Indeedee. I might have to protect turn 1 and just fake out. But who do I want in the back as the Trick Room? I think Alolan Marowak has the best chance, but that Gyarados could be an issue. I would really like to be able to use Alolan Marowak as a Dynamaxmon setting up Trick Room, but so we see the Turtonator and Duraludon. And how hard does Psychic hit these two mons? The only thing I really have to worry about is Duraludon is pretty fast. I just don't know if it's faster than Alakazam. And Dazzling Gleam actually hits these mons more effectively than Expanding Force. Let's go ahead and follow me. Even though, Duraludon's still going to bypass the follow me. And we're actually going to see the Duraludon protect, so that's probably one of the best turns we could get. And actually, we're going to see an explosion come out. And we did survive it, though. And now we have the Gyarados, which will probably be the Dynamaxmon, and it'll want to come in just to be able to get Moxie Boost. So I want to say we see the Duraludon go into Indeedee, and the Gyarados go into Alakazam. But I'm going to go ahead and take this to double Expanding Force. And we're going to see it's the Gyarados actually. We're going to see the Gyarados Dynamax. Probably will go for that knockout to get a Moxie Boost. The question is, does our Indeedee live? And Alakazam will actually go first and do great damage to Duraludon. And we're just going to see the Flash Cannon come out into the Alakazam. And we're going to see a Max Airstream come out, which isn't bad when we think that we're probably going to set Trick Room. As well as Indeedee is still going to use Expanding Force. And that's enough to take down the Duraludon, so... So I think here we bring in the Porygon too. And who do they have for their last Mon? We're actually going to see Incineroar. And the Intimidate will come out. So here, let's just try our best to set Trick Room. And we're going to do that by using Follow Me. Incineroar can't fake out because of Psychic Terrain. So even if it wanted to just use that just for the priority chip, it's still not going to be able to do that. And Gyarados is actually going to go first. So that takes out one of the max moves. And so whatever Incineroar is going to use is going to go into the Porygon 2. And it's actually a close combat, so they called that pretty well. But Porygon handles it. So we're going to go ahead and get Trick Room set up, and that will let Alolan Marowak come in and just be able to really take care of the rest. So I think what I want to do here is we're just going to Thunderbolt into the Gyarados slot. And we are going to Max Quake into Incineroar. So we do get to Dynamax the Alolan Marowak. So I am excited for that. I wish I would have been able to get the Shiny 0 speed. I did 2 phases of Shiny hunting. Got 2 Shinies, 1 Rockhead, 1 Lightning Rod, but I wasn't able to get a 0 speed. I actually got a best in speed for both of those Mons. And we are able to one-shot the Incineroar. Oh, I used Lightning Rod again. Why do I keep doing that? Oh, I am my worst enemy. So here we're probably going to see a Max Geyser come out. Yeah. So this is probably going to one-shot the Marowak. Marowak does actually live. And that will bring up the rain. And actually, Dynamax is over, so we're still in a pretty good situation, even though we made a misplay. I think here, I just want to recover and get damage off on this Gyarados. So we're going to go ahead and Max Phantasm the Gyarados slot. And that's just enough to take out the Gyarados either way. Fortunately, we set ourselves up pretty well with the Pokemon advantage, so even though we made a misstep like that with the Max Lightning and the Lightning Rod, we were still able to hold it in, especially with Trick Room up. I don't know if it's a great idea to explode turn 1. I'm sure there's some situations where you can, it's probably a roll to knock out Alakazam, but I wouldn't make that play on a roll. But we're going to go ahead and find our next match. And we have our next trainer. So here we see Virizion beat up stuff. I am pretty concerned that they lead that. I mean, a Follow Me will help break it down. But either way, this team is really weak to Psychic types with the Mungus and the Venusaur and the Virizion. So I think here we definitely bring the Trick Room in the back, even though if we don't take care of that Virizion with our Expanding Force, it's going to be a big problem for the Porygon 2. So in the lead, we see Lurantis and Venusaur. I think here you bring out Lurantis for bug type moves to combat the psychic types. But I think here is just a really easy follow me and expanding force to hit that Venusaur as hard as possible. We could see a Rillaboom come out and change the terrain. Yeah. So we're still going to be able to use Follow Me. And we expanding force into the Rillaboom slot, which Rillaboom handles that really well, being a bulky type. And Leech Life. So here I want to double protect just to stop any fake out interactions going on. So there's the fake out, and you faked out into the Alakazam slot and superpowered into the NDD. So you're trying to get some boost. So we may be able to live another Leech Life, but I believe that it's going to double into us. Either way. So we do get a Dazzling Gleam off. And a knockoff will come from Rillaboom. And we'll probably see a Leech Life from the Lurantis. Yeah. And that should one-shot the Alakazam. And bring it back up to full health, actually. So here, I think you expect I really want to say you expect a double. You expect a protect from the Alolan Marowak. So I think here, I really want to risk it because I am behind at this point. And I want to go for that Lurantis. Even though the Rillaboom is going to be able to knock off our item. And that's the thing, do you just double into the Porygon 2 and shut down Trick Room? We'll see the knockoff, which will take off the Eviolite and probably close combat into the Porygon 2. Superpower. And Porygon 2 actually survives. And we're able to knock out the Lurantis and get Trick Room up. So this puts us in a decent position. So what I want to do here is I definitely want to preserve the Porygon 2. Or do I want to go after this Rillaboom? Because knockoff is going to hurt. But at the same time, if they bring in Venusaur, like, we have to worry about a Sleep Powder. And we're actually going to see Virizion. So here, I just want to Ice Beam into the Virizion. And hit this Rillaboom hard. And we'll see the Grassy Glide bring priority. and actually knock out the Porygon too. And you're going to go for the Sacred Sword. You were doubling up into the Porygon just to get rid of it. So the thing is, how many moves does the Virizion have that can hit the Marowak? We still have 3 more turns. We have 2 more turns of Trick Room after this. And I just kind of want to Max Flare into the Venusaur. I'm really worried that it's going to be sashed. Who are you Dynamaxing here? It's actually the Venusaur. So we're going to see the Venusaur Dynamax. Or Gigantamax, my apologies. We're going to see a Gigantamax. So if it's not sashed, we might be able to knock it out. Sun Boost at Max Flare. Oh. This comes down to what does the Virizion have? Stone Edge, and we do avoid. So here we have 2 more turns of Trick Room. So I think at this point, if like your only way out is to either one-shot it in revenge or start protecting. Wow, okay. So I think that was a Marowak sweep. I mean, it was really sketchy whether we actually got up Trick Room, but going against a mono grass team, which is really impressive because there was some variety in there and there was a lot of things that I had to worry about. But like having that, going against that mono grass team and knowing I had the Alolan Marowak in the back and knowing that they had to focus on that Alakazam really hard, made me feel a lot more comfortable with my play because I knew they had to work around my lead and that my back felt really safe. As long as I got Trick Room up. But I think we have time for one more, so we're going to go ahead and jump in one more. Okay, and we have our last one for today. And we got some Hyper Offense here. And I think here it's just really important that we set up Trick Room. What do we do about Clefairy, though? We have Ice Punch on the Conkeldurr, correct? No, we have Poison Jab. So I know Alolan Marowak just swept last match, but I think we leave this one because that Urshifu could be the water style. Right now there's no way in telling the difference in team preview. And seeing the Clefairy and the Dracovish like really makes me worry. Do you bring Talonflame in a matchup where you see the Trick Room option? And of course, if they lead in DD Male, like Expanding Force is going to hit either way. So we see the Urshifu and Dracovish. And as you can see, it is the Dark type Urshifu. So that means it's weak to fighting. So I think here our priority is really just setting up Trick Room. So we're going to go ahead and follow me and set up that Trick Room as is. Most of the single strike Urshifus though are Focus Sash, so that's something we do have to be concerned about. And we'll see the Wicked Blow come out, so this is the end of our NDD. So I think here is a good position to bring in Rillaboom. We'll go ahead and get rid of the Psychic Terrain. And I kind of want to... I want to G-Max Drum Solo into the Dracovish, and I actually want to switch out into the Conkeldurr, because I want to say we see a fighting attack come in here from the Urshifu into the Porygon 2, so I think Conkeldurr is going to be able to take it a lot better. Not to mention Conkeldurr is a lot slower, and even if not, it has access to Mach Punch. So we're going to go ahead and Gigantamax the Rillaboom here. And the Urshifu is actually going to protect. So I guess you figured that I was going to target the Urshifu, but we do just knock out the Dracovish. So who do you bring next? Let's see, there was Talonflame, there was Indeedee Male, so Porygon Z. Let's go ahead and Max Knuckle the Porygon Z, and then we will also Drain Punch the Urshifu. I think having like fighting moves on both of these Pokemon are actually really good. And we're actually going to see Urshifu come back, and we're going to see the Clefairy. But we do have Poison Jab, so as long as they don't take out our Conkeldurr, we're still in a good situation. And we're actually going to see a Max Guard. And that does nothing. So I think here we see a Follow Me from the Clefairy. And I need to pay attention to my Trick Room turns. We have 2 more turns of Trick Room. This is our last turn of Dynamax. So I think a Poison Jab and a G-Max Drum Solo will do very well. Especially because the Clefairy is going to follow me anyway. And I wouldn't have minded a poison there. Okay, so we are able to take out the Clefairy. And a Max Strike is coming out from the Porygon Z. Ooh. And we see that it's Life Orb. So that was our one big counter to the Porygon Z. So what do you do here? You have one more turn of Trick Room. I can honestly see a double Protect come out. And I want to double into this Urshifu. So Urshifu's going to go ahead and Protect. Do we see a Max Guard? No. So Porygon Z is going to probably nuke the Rillaboom. Oh yeah. So Trick Room's over. We're facing against a Porygon Z that's Life Orbed and an Urshifu that can break through Protects. And it probably has close combat as well. I think this is all for the match. Hyper Beam, and then whatever's left is going to get close combat. And there's a close combat? Okay. I'm trying to think of how I play that one better. Probably switch out and preserve the Conkeldurr because being targeted by that Porygon Z was actually kind of obvious. I wish I would have called that Max Guard. The Clefairy play was good on their part too. But anyways, what do you guys think of the team so far? Let me know down in the comments below how you are liking it. And also let me know what you want to see me work with in the future team-wise. If you want to see me keep making my own teams and testing them out. Or do you want to see me take a look at some rental codes? And if so, leave them down in the comments. But anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm Zach, and I'll see you guys in the next one.